Hey, Huckster here. This is my friend the fan. Wish I had air conditioning. I mean, I have air conditioners, but I can't run them. I can't pay the bill. So my old friend fan here becomes my best friend when it's so hot. But I have a question for anybody out there on YouTube, Christians especially. What has happened to the human race? Why is everybody trying to scare people? There's always some big thing that has to top the next big thing. Right now it's the comet Elenin. Elenin will have no impact on the Earth. Elenin is probably 1/100000th the size of the Earth, and won't come any closer than probably 21 million miles from the Earth. Will have no effect on the Earth with earthquakes, tidal waves, pole shifts. People have to create these images in people's minds so they'll be afraid. People want to be some kind of modern day prophets. And then as time goes on, these people are proven to be foolish. And yet they'll jump on to the tale of some other story so they can be the bringer of gloom and doom tidings to people. And it's pitiful. The Christians have been doing it for years with trying to tell you that there's devils and demons that actually influence you, and that when they succeed you will end up in this torture chamber called hell, which is one of the biggest lies. And these Christians don't understand that if the Bible is true, they'll have a lot of answers to come up with about their lying to people for so many years. It's clear what God's wrath was to be in that day. And that day was the destruction of Jerusalem. In that first century, God's wrath would be poured out on those people that were killing the prophets, killing the message of God, and denying the truth, putting people under oppression, stealing widows' houses. Jesus himself called them vipers and snakes. And that wrath came on those people. But Christians can't leave it like that. They have to make up a whole new story about you're going to get it in the end. Non-believers are going to be tortured forever, for an eternity. And there's so many stories over the past 2,000 years of how Christians actually got enough power to impose their will on everybody through violence, burning people at the stake, slaughtering people. Some of the most respected leaders in the church over the last 1,000 years have said that it's better that these people go ahead and be burned alive today because it's God's will. That's what happens when Christians or any of these other lunatics speak their mind. They look forward to an earth being destroyed this fall by Comet Helena. It's a lie. And they know it's a lie. So they just have to scare you. Bring a little stress into your life. Stress is the number one cause of heart disease. But what has happened to the human race? Why are we created to be love, and we end up becoming beings of terror? You may look at some radical group and say they're the terrorist. What kind of terror do you think you're causing people when you bring up these lies just to scare people? Children are brought up believing the biggest lie of all, that if you step out of line and somehow die in your sins, you will be burnt forever. You will never die. You will feel pain and agony for eternity. And you don't have to do much to deserve this wrath of God, as they call it. These people they know just enough about the Bible to be dangerous. And they are dangerous. And they protect each other with a vengeance. You go against their teachings, and they'll walk all over you like you're nothing but a bug. You gotta watch out for these people. These people who say they have the heart of God. They actually have the heart of a terrorist. I guarantee you, if a real threat comes to the earth, the government will not withhold that information from you. Otherwise, we might as well give it up now. Can't believe some people believe that. Our government is out to kill us, put us in FEMA camps, to destroy the majority of the population. Everything points against that, but it's what people want to believe. Sure, there is corruption in government, and that's the reason we have our processes of elections, to keep people in line. There's no secret societies out there that are planning to take over the world and leave the world in a ruinous heap. They say, there's planes putting chemicals in the atmosphere. Well, they'd be killing themselves. You can't target certain people from thousands of feet in the air. You have to wipe everybody out, including yourself, but that's a ridiculous thought anyway, to believe that our government would actually be doing that. That these people that are out of their minds, and they are actually out of their minds, believe that and want to make you afraid. There's nothing to be afraid of, folks. Peace, love, justice, understanding, music, friends, and a fan.